my spice bobotie with an apricot glaze. My time with Martha Williams at Sellers Hohenhort was quite daunting. She was rather hard on me. What was really interesting was her Cape Malayan bobotie. It reminded me of a meatloaf. Here I have some minced beef, some fennel seeds, some cumin seeds here. I've got a couple of chilies, cinnamon, allspice, some chili flakes. I've got some bread soaked in half a cup of milk. It's one slice of bread. I've got some mint, coriander, some spring onions, one egg which has been beaten, apricot jam, some more cinnamon. Now the apricot jam is going to be the glaze which I'm going to put after the bobotie is being cooked. Now, just to add a touch of decadence, I'm using quail's eggs. You can find quail's eggs quite readily. It's a bit of a luxury, but you know, if you find them, do use them. They are rather divine. But it will still taste delicious with hen's eggs. But first of all, let me roast and toast my spices. I love the combination of fennel seeds and cumin seeds because they seem to work together rather harmoniously and they lift each other up. After toasting the seeds, we go into the pestle and mortar. And I'm going to give it a good grind, so it turns into a nice fine powder. In the same pan, I'm going to heat up some oil. Put about 2 tablespoons of vegetable oil or sunflower oil you can use. I've got here vegetable oil. I'm going to chop up my chilies. It gives a bit of a kick, and I'm going to actually put all the seeds, everything into it. I like it sweet, but I like more of a kick rather than that sticky sort of cloying sweetness which sometimes filters through. My oil is hot, so to the pan, the onions go in. Add some ginger. So I'm going to just cook the ground spices together. Next, I'm going to add my chilies. So I can really smell the wonderful flavors of the chili, the cumin, with the fennel and the ginger. Absolutely gorgeous. Now to add the bread, which has been soaking in milk. Squeeze out the bread, and I'm retaining the juices because that will go into the meat. I'm going to wash my hands. Now, that does smell yummy. And now I'm going to remove this from the heat. That's it. I'm going to now decant this mixture into a bowl because it needs to cool very quickly. Add some spring onions. I'm going to put that in to the mixing bowl. Next, I'm going to add some of the herbs. I've got some mint and some coriander. It's nice to have some fresh herbs. My beef. You can give this a good mix, but do you know what? I'm going to actually use my hands. I'm going to add a beaten egg. The reason why I'm putting a beaten egg is because it helps in binding the mixture. And also the milk, that also gives moisture. A teaspoon of chili flakes, a teaspoon of allspice, a teaspoon of ground cinnamon. Now give that a real good mix. The next thing I'm going to do, I'm only going to season the eggs slightly. I'm going to put a bit of cinnamon, just a tiny bit. These quail's eggs have been boiled for 2 minutes, so they're going to go in the oven for about 45 minutes to an hour. So you don't want those quail's eggs to go literally very, very hard. Put half the mixture at the base of the pan. You put your quail's eggs. A nice layer of quail's eggs which you can season. I'm going to put the rest of the meat mixture over the quail's eggs. Flatten evenly, and you've got a nice level. Voila! This bobotie will be going in a preheated oven at 180 degrees centigrade for about 45 minutes. The aromas wafting from the house are delicious, and I can't wait to taste my spicy bobotie. The bobotie has had 45 minutes to cook. Whilst it's cooling, I'm going to make a glaze from the excess juices and apricot jam. So I'm going to pour the juices into this pan. I'm going to heat up my pan and I'm going to put this apricot jam, because this is now going to add flavour. So you've got these lovely intense flavours. Add some chili flakes and a generous pinch of cinnamon. You can see this is now all melted. Now I'm going to pour this mixture over the cooked meatloaf. Now that goes back in the oven for another 10 minutes so that those flavours really start to filter in with that bobotie. I can't wait to try this because it does look rather luscious. Look at that. Doesn't that look lovely? I want some of that sauce. Something tells me it needs to be consumed immediately. It's really packed with flavour. And I think Martha will be quite proud of me. Coming up, I learn about